Welcome back. In Japan, there were countermeasures, new coronavirus countermeasures that were introduced. Joining us live is Dennis Liu from our EBC Japan Bureau. Dennis.
Hi, Alma. Good evening.
Good evening from Manila. How are you? Good to hear from you.
We're okay here, Alma.
So what are your updates for us, Dennis?
New corona countermeasures meeting on data utilization launch. Minister of Economic Affairs and Finance, Yasutoshi Nishimura, who is in charge of countermeasures against the new coronavirus, announced today, April 4th, that it will launch a new joint public-private conference to discuss the use of data to help prevent the spread of infection. It is assumed that data will be provided and analyzed regarding the activities of infected people, and that such methods will be used to identify close contacts. The government has already asked cell phone companies, Google and Yahoo, and other major IT companies to provide unidentified data. The first meeting will be held on June 6 with relevant ministries and agencies as well as economic organizations and IT giants. The Minister of Finance told the Cabinet Office yesterday that reporters would develop technologies for infectious disease control as soon as possible. In other news, Japan government and Liberal Democratic Party agree on 300,000 yen handout over COVID-19 outbreak. Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and the main governing Liberal Democratic Party have agreed to give roughly about 2,800 US dollars to households whose income has fallen to a certain level because of the COVID-19. Yesterday, April 3rd, Friday, Prime Minister Abe and LDP Policy Chief Kishida Fumio agreed on the 300,000 yen cash handout as part of the discussions on an emergency economic package. Chief Kishida later told reporters that the amount was based in consideration of main factors like the average number of people in Japanese families. He mentioned to Abe that the amount must be provided promptly and that the Liberal Party is leaving the details of the amount distribution to the government. Kishida also mentioned that the LDP will continue to discuss this with the government about the size of the economic package and other responses to the coronavirus outbreak. Alma.
What would be the manner of distribution of the package?
Right. The manner of distribution, I believe, will be announced in the next few days. Alma?
So also, Dennis, is it true that the facilities which had been set up for the Summer Olympics would also be used as facilities for the or housing for patients of COVID-19 or the coronavirus?
Yes. After the Olympics, all units will be sold to real estate buyers. In fact, some of the units have already prospect buyers, Alma. Example of this is the Athletes Village, which after the games will be available for rent or for sale to the public, Alma. And this is one of the reasons why the Olympic Committee here in Tokyo are hesitant to postpone the Olympics.
Okay. Just one more thing. I don't know if you came across this, but the governor of Tokyo, Koike, is pressuring Prime Minister Shinzo Abe to declare a state of emergency, sending a strong message to curb the outbreak. Do you have any information on this? If Prime Minister Abe would indeed declare a state of emergency, would he give in? As we know that Ms. Koike was the former environment minister, became defense minister too, but he resigned from the LDP of Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. So just a little bit of a background. But do you think Prime Minister Abe would declare a state of emergency?
Yes. Prime Minister Shinzo Abe did not declare a state of emergency, Alma.
So,
and yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Right. We will give you updates as this news progresses.
Okay. So, but Tokyo has the most number of coronavirus cases, right? In
Yes,
Japan.
that's right, Alma.
So, it's not as restrictive as they want it to be. But ingat ka dyan, Dennis. Give us updates. Keep the updates coming and we'll be waiting. Thank you for your time, Dennis.
Yes, Alma, thank you. That's all for my updates now. Reporting from Tokyo, Japan, this is Dennis Liu for Eagle News International. We live in interesting times.